sealed. It's our elect. Many are called, you know what I'm saying, but few are chosen. You know what I'm saying? So we, most high willing, we believe that we're the chosen, man. And how you gonna do that? You gotta have that faith. You know what I'm saying?
Faith is the evidence of, it's the hope of things not seen, Like, what is that, Hebrews 11 chapter?
That's right.
So really, we're going completely off faith, because when we seen it, you have to think about it. You got to put yourself, you have to actually envision yourself being an Israelite, because that's what you are. So when you read Exodus, we seen the majesty, we seen the glory, we seen everything. We seen the Red Sea split for us, for our sake, and we still didn't want to believe. So now we don't see anything. We don't even know that we're really Israelites. We don't have the records. We don't have nothing like that. This right here is all about things that we're hoping and things that we haven't even seen yet. So this is actually powerful. This is spiritual. That's what it is now. It's spiritual.
Mm-hmm. And it says what? It says, ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin. Because
it's a lot.
Oh, you got it, brother.
Yeah, it said you haven't resisted, man. None of us have resisted against sin for blood. Meaning none of us shed blood because of the truth yet, man. None of us have been put to death because of the truth. But that time is about to come. Revelations 2:10. The time is going to come where you basically have to put your money where your mouth is, man. Your spiritual treasures, you have to put it where your mouth is. Because we out here talking now, but guess what? These devils got plans, man. This is really going to happen. There's certain of us really going to have to have our heads in these guillotines, man. Our ancient forefathers did it. If you read the accounts, historical accounts of all the apostles, they all got put to death, man. Even Paul died twice. Yahweh Shai died. You had the ancient prophets in the Old Testament. They got killed by Israelites, got stoned. So we're coming in the same lot, man. A spirit of a prophet is subject to a prophet. This is the time where the Lord is going to actually raise up his men to have that spiritual power to combat them. But some of us will have to be put to death, because you know what? Through the spirit, I was thinking that you might have some brothers who aren't going as hard as they could, but they still believe, and they could be the elect, but they might have to basically show and prove that they love the Lord by being put to death. They don't want to go hard in the truth now, so the Lord said, you know what? I'm gonna put you in that concentration camp, and I'm gonna make you have that affliction by death. That's how you're gonna prove that you love me. Since you don't want to go hard while you have the chance, to come out here and push this word. So this is I said this is me. I'm not saying this is a doctrine or anything like that, but I think a lot of people who don't want to go hard now, they're gonna have to prove it through death, man. You want to say something?
Yeah, that's why the scriptures say pray without ceasing, and that's something that you should pray for. In that time that you be able to be able to withstand those things.
Right. Now, if I may say this too, like the brother said, pray without ceasing, because they killed Herod killed James, the brother of John, and then after that, what happened? The wicked Jews were rejoicing because of that, and you know what? He took Peter and locked Peter up too. And the church prayed for Peter, and then the Lord sent an angel to take him out of those chains, man. Out of those chains. So, brothers got to pray as well as the whole church. That's why it's one body. That's why, like earlier the brother was saying, you can't be, offending little ones, Israelite foreigners that are coming in this thing, man. You got to pray for them because they're little ones. They're little in the faith, little, and you know what I'm saying? You got to build those brothers up the same way y'all brothers build us up. Y'all ignite the flames and nuts too to come out here and push too, man.
Right. All right, bro.
I had a question about, you said Paul died twice?
Yeah, because he got stoned. If you read the account, we could get it through the spirit, but he got stoned, and basically he died, and the Lord put the spirit back in him and raised him back up. We'll get it for you, if you look at the account. But I have to look, still reading Hebrew. Yeah, read that in Hebrew.
Verse 5, and ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of Yahweh, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him.
It said don't despise the chastening of Yahweh, man. Which means what? When you catching hell, when because there's this difference between catching righteous hell and wicked hell. When you doing some wickedness, you catch hell. Don't try to say I'm catching hell because the Lord is dealing with me. That's because you're doing wickedness. If you don't pay your bill and your lights turn off, you can't say I'm catching hell. You know what I mean? That's just you being irresponsible. If you done committed a sin, ate pork or fucking committed adultery or try to, talk to a girl that had a man, and then you get your ass beat or something happens to you, don't be like, oh, the Lord, I'm catching hell. You obviously was doing something wicked, but when you trying to do the things that please the Lord and shit just happens to you, that's when you know you're catching hell. You know, like out of nowhere, you catch a flat tire on your way to work when you know you can't be late for that whole month. You catch that hell, that's when you know the Lord's dealing with you. You're seeing that, hey, Shalom. That's the Lord, trying to show you, trying to test you, you know what I mean? Because you gotta be patient. Endurance means to suffer patiently. You gotta suffer the shit. Like with a patient in the hospital, guess what that's they call patience because they're enduring. They're actually being afflicted, they're actually being hurt. They call them patience, but they're still what? They're still trying to endure to get better. And that's what we're doing, man. We gotta be patient so we can endure to get better. So that we can be that gold tried in a fire, man. Because that fire is gonna come regardless. Hey, them building nuclear fire is gonna come. That's how 2/3 is gonna get purified, is by that fire. You don't want to get purified outward, man. That's gonna be the Lord's wrath. The scripture said that Yahweh is gonna be in that fire, man. The Lord said what? He's a consuming fire. So if the Lord's gonna be in that fire, guess how hot that's gonna be. And he said he's not even gonna take your spirit out of your body. You gonna feel it, man. He said he's gonna melt you and leave you there, man. That's the fear of the Lord. That's what you gotta understand, that the Lord not playing games, man. We in the times of judgment. We in the time of the Lord about to start showing these people who he is, man. These people don't think, people don't forgot, man. Like I said, man, they don't think that Yahweh gets down like that. This devil got everybody thinking that the Lord is some lovey-dovey teddy bear, man. You're thinking that he's Barney, man. You're gonna see who the Lord really is in that day, man. And it's gonna start, give me 1 Peter, the 4th chapter, it's gonna start with people that know the truth. That's who it's gonna start with. It's gonna start with us, man. Everybody that's up here hearing my voice, that's who it's gonna start with, man. So that's how you gotta fear the Lord, and also give you that the fear of the Lord we persuade men.
Say something real fast because it's right here. It says, "My son, despise not thou chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him." And when you go in Ecclesiastic, it said, "If you come to fear the Lord, if you come to serve the Lord, the water, prepare yourself for temptation." So you're gonna be going through certain things, and if you fall in those temptations, the Lord is gonna bring some stuff to you, man, to make you go through some things, man.
Once you go, the Lord is putting you going through that so that you can see if you're really about this life, man. If you're not about this life, them temptations gonna trap you up, man. His scripture talks about that Yahweh Shai is a stumbling block, man. The way he is, the way his word is set up, he's either gonna build you up or he's either gonna crush you, man. That's how it is. Go ahead.
So that's why it says, "Nor faint when thou art rebuked of him." Because when you go down in Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, it says, "Woe unto the faint-hearted." So if you faint, you get weak because the Lord is checking you because you did something wrong according against the law. All right, He's gonna check you, and if you get faint, you're supposed to get stronger out of that. You know what they say? What don't kill you make you stronger. So if you're getting a rebuke from the Lord, don't let it make you weak. Because if you get weak, you get spit out, and you're gonna go back in the world doing all the kind of wickedness that you've been doing. But if you get stronger, guess what? You get to repent from willful sin, from doing things that you wasn't supposed to be doing, man. Eating shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster, and everything else that the scriptures say not to do.
Go ahead. Finish that.
Somebody
had a question? Oh no.
It says, "For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth."
There you go, man. He said, "Whom the Lord loves, he's going to chastise, man. He's going to scourge you." That's why the scripture says that Esau is a bastard. Because Esau is doing all this wickedness Esau is doing, he's not paying for it, man. All this wickedness that these Rothschilds are doing, they're not paying for it. They're still the richest family. They still could do whatever, go wherever they want. They still did this to the Lord's people, and they continually shooting out people and holding themselves not guilty. They're not getting chastised for that. Why? Because the Lord don't love them. The Lord hates them. In the spiritual person, they would think that Esau is the Lord's favorite people. Hey, I can do all this and nobody's doing nothing to me. Hey, he must really like me. Somebody upstairs must really like me. But guess what? When you have on the carnal level, when your father, when you do something wrong and your father sees you doing something wrong, and he don't correct you. He don't care about you, man, because he understands that what ultimately that when you go down that road, you're gonna end up what? Either in dead or in jail. So if he don't correct you when you're young, that means he don't care about you. He don't care about your end game. And that's how the Lord feels about Esau, man, because when that time comes when this devil gotta get paid back for what he's doing. That's fucking right, man. Guess what? He gonna have to pay back all the tabs that he's been doing since Cain, man. He gonna have to pay back every single thing that these devils been doing since he's been created, man. It's gonna come in a day. The scripture talks about it's gonna come in an hour that you're gonna get widowhood and the loss of child, man. He done killed our children. He gonna lose all that in an hour, man. He done destroyed our kingdoms. He's gonna lose his in an hour, man. That's gonna be his judgment, man. So right now we gotta take our judgment. We gotta endure our afflictions and suffer it and be chastised, so that when the Lord actually brings us hell, that we could be safe, man. So we could be in the bubble of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Continue, hold your peace, brother. Continue.
It says, if ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as his sons.
They're not
as
enduring
with sons.
chastisement. They're not, but what he says, if ye endure it. So you gotta endure it, because if you don't endure it, he's not dealing with you. The Lord wants to see you actually endure the affliction. He wants to see you actually be complaining to him. He talks about that you gotta sigh and cry, man. But what? Don't just sigh and cry. There's a difference between sighing and crying and bitching and mourning about it. It's two different things, man. You're gonna sigh and cry about it, but guess what? You're gonna keep getting up and keep continuing and keep fighting. If you're bitching about it, that means what? The terminology of being a bitch is like what? Being like a female, you know? It's a female dog. Nobody you want to get effeminate about it. The Lord not dealing with you. Scripture talks about what? Show yourselves as men. As men. Go through the hell and take it and be a man and keep trucking, man. Because you got men in this thing that can't. Once they get a little bit of affliction, what happens? They fall out. They start complaining about it. Exactly, man. That's why the Lord even talks about having a beard, man, because that's a badge of honor of manliness.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
You got men, everything is all good, right? But when shit pops off and little chastisement, then they start bitching and crying. That's a faggot. You don't need a punk ass bitch ass nigga like that. Here it is, we at war and you got niggas, shit pops off, niggas acting like women. You kick a guy like that out, you shake him up. But if he don't get right, man, you out of here, bro.
Yeah,
you got some brothers that's actually kind of weak in the spirit. You got some brothers here that are kind of weak, and you got to shake them up. Like, yo, brother, get your shit right. You know, and then they'll get right. They're sincere, but they just get a little weak, and you kick their ass spiritually. And there's some other dude, they just dead weight. Yeah. You got to kick dudes like that out. Why? Because before the fruit comes in, before the fruit comes in, you got to clean house, bro. You got to clean house, because the Lord ain't going to bring no multitude in, and you're fucking, the pyramid, the top of the pyramid's all messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's the law, really. If you faint-hearted, you're supposed to go home. You can't be in the fight. They actually have to say that. Like, whoever here is faint-hearted, you gotta step. You gotta go home.
Oh, what it said?
That's why we just read in Gideon.
I just was about to say that.
Spirit. That's why you read in Gideon. Who's ever fearful, you gotta leave, man. Why? Because if you got somebody that's fearful, he's not gonna be able to watch your back, man.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be able to watch your back, and he's gonna be a weak link in the chain, man. We are one big chain.
And get you killed.
The scriptures talks about the body of Yahweh Shai. There can be no schisms in it. You can't have no weakness, man. You can't have no weak part in it. Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, actually, I got a example. You know, I'm not gonna call his name out. You know what I'm saying? Years ago, brother that was I don't know if I should call him a brother, but anyway, dude that was so-called in the faith, whatever, Israelite from another camp. You know, we used to build whatever. He used to always ask me about the chastisement, the torture, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like he was scared of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? None of us ain't mighty men, like, to the point where, you know what I'm saying, we want pain, like, you know what I'm saying? But if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You know, you gotta get ready for that. You gotta get your soul. The time that I've been in the truth has been preparing for that day that, you know what I'm saying, that is gonna come. And Lord willing, I'll get spiritual powers to get out of it. If not, my head might have to roll, man. You know, and honestly, man, you know, that's how I'm rolling in this truth, man. And not just me, but brothers, brothers here, man. You already, listen, man, when you come into this thing, the scriptures say, man, they shall kill you, for following me, basically. In the book of John, it says that they was gonna kill us. Not literally all of us. Some of us, a lot of us may survive or will likely survive. But it's better to die with honor in this thing than to sit here and be all fearful, because that same dude that used to ask me all these questions about the martial law and all that shit, he not in it no more. He ain't been to camp in at least 7 years. And he used to make fun of a brother that was still in the truth after he left. That's his own biological half-brother, so-called half-brother. You know what I'm saying? So that's wicked, man. You gotta step into this thing, man. You gotta recognize and say, look, man, I'm gonna take whatever come with it, man. When these Jakes get jumped into these gangs. Yeah, you just inherited a whole bunch of brothers, but you just inherited a whole bunch of more enemies. And you know what? They go into the streets fearless and do whatever they do day in and day out for their gangs. And that's what we do, man. When we came into this thing, we inherited a brotherhood, right? We inherited brotherhood. Wherever I go and there's Israelites out there, there's a certain camaraderie or whatever, even if it's from a different camp. But we got even more enemies. We got the damn Trump administration. We got the CIA, the feds. We got the elites against us. The elites of this society, not the real elites. Because Lord willing, we the elites. That's all.
Hey, and that's how you. Salak, brother. Let's say one thing. No, you got it.
Oh, no, real quick. Salak, brother. Let me explain your spirit. But like we were saying earlier, even in these gangs, yo, you know what I'm saying? These gangs, they'll tell. We was talking earlier with the elder. He told me straight up, these gangs, you gotta listen to them. Listen to the order in them. They're structured in that. Or they'll beat the shit out of you, man. They tell you to do something, and they'll get on your fucking ass. But that's how we gotta be spiritually. You know what I mean? The Lord's raising up a military, so we gotta be hard like that, bro. Ain't all laughing and giggling. It's a balance. You know, we laugh, we chill after camp. You seen it, we slap box. You know what I mean? We throw that march, we throw that bullshit. We laugh, we crack on each other. But when it comes to war, we gotta get in order, man. And the guy that's not in order, you jump on them. Everybody as a camp, one family jumps on them, man.
To get him right.
Hey,
And to get him right. And if you don't get right, you kick his ass the fuck out. Cause that's dead weight. You know why? Because the Lord is not, that becomes a cancer. Newer brother comes in and that shit spreads. By the time you know it, you have a big chaos. You have a Royal Rumble. Nothing but chaos. You got camps split in 4 or 5 ways, separating, they have grudging against each other. Come on, man.
That's right. Hey, they showed you that in the movie 300. You know, they had the little deformed guy. You know, he wanted to do it, but you seen that he couldn't do it. He wasn't, basically, you know, on the spiritual level, his spirit wasn't right to be able to fight, man. So he told him, he had to tell him, like, you can't be in this military, man. Scripture says that you gotta endure harness as a good soldier. You gotta be a good soldier first and foremost, man. The Lord is looking for actually good men, a few good men. And that's who he's gonna build up to be those kings and priests, man, to judge the world. You give me that, 1 Peter.
It's 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God.
That's right. We have that time right now, man. We have the time that the judgment of the Lord, the Mashapat, Yahweh Shabbat is about to come, man. Is where it's gonna start at. The Lord's gonna start where? At his house. When you want to clean something, you want to be a clean up. You want to clean up a spot. You gotta make sure your spot clean, man. You can't be no exterminator, and then your house got infested with roaches and shit. The Lord said He going to clean His house first, man. And that starts with, like I said, the people that know the truth. Everybody that listens to this, that be on the YouTube, is thinking that this is a game, thinking that you could just watch this for some entertainment. You getting marked, man. You getting marked. Whether it be for life or whether it be for death. The scripture says that every idle word should be accounted for, man. Every idle word is going to be accounted for. So you thinking that this is a game, the Lord's going to mark you, man. You go hold Ezekiel 9-4 too, but finish that.
And if it first began at us,
so it says it's gonna first begin with who? The ones who are in this truth, man. The ones who knows what this is about, man. Who done professed Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to the world. That's what He's gonna start with, man. That's why, like I said, man, you gotta find that scripture too, where it says that through the fear of the Lord we persuade men. I want to say it's 1 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, or 2 Corinthians, 5th chapter. But hey, through the fear of the Lord that we come out here, man. We don't come out here because we want to be seen of men. We don't give a damn about what people look at us, man. The Lord said He gonna raise us up, yeah, but that's not why we come out here to be some all-stars, man. Come out here because we fear the Lord, man. I know that's why I come out here, because I feel like if I don't come out here, that day that I don't come out here might be our last day on this earth, man. And I might get killed horribly. man. So that's why we come out here and push this word. That's why we do videos. That's why we pray. That's why we check each other, man. Because the Lord is checking us. The Lord is checking each and every one of us, man. Go ahead.
What shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of God?
So if the Lord is going to start with His house first, what's going to be the end of these people, man? The horror that's coming to this world, to these people, starting with 2/3 of Israel, you can't even imagine what the Lord got in store for them, man. We talk about the apparitions. We talk about the famine. You ever seen somebody die from not eating? You ever seen somebody so hungry that they eat their children? I never seen that, man. But what? That's what's coming to these 2/3, man. That's what's coming to this world. The race war, the class wars.